Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Afro Luigi, and it's been a long time since we were in X Rebirth. But we're back now, and with new. I'm going to do the Secret Service mission chain stuff, and then we're going to. I think it's the Secret Service chain, isn't it? Okay, well, we're going to do Operation Forge Guard for sure. I'm just not sure what the reward was. Does it say? No. So, first things first. Let's dock, and then once we get moving, we can talk about what I've been doing and what Egosoft has been doing. Why did I dock? I could have done this from space. Mission list. Escort, patrol, passenger transport. Let's do a passenger transport.
Well, at least I don't have to go looking again.
Anyways, so, Egosoft have been fairly hush-hush lately. We're not sure why, but they recently started the beta for version 3.6 of X Rebirth. Now, when it first came out, I was fairly unimpressed with it. It was just because none of the things really bothered me. Uh, they improved in behavior of acceleration deceleration controls when crossing zero speed boundaries, improved text readability of distance and destination text at target elements, improved performance and responsiveness of UI, improved accuracy of mouse click point detection. So, all useful things, but once again, is that literally our destination just over there? Okay, so, but then the second beta came out and they added a whole bunch of. Of course, there's also the usual general list of fixes and stuff. But then the beta 2 came out and they added um, two new features. We have a target can now be in the beta. Reminder, this is not out yet. In the beta, target can now be set directly from within the holo map, and the flight assist mode can now be disabled. And from what I can tell, reading on the Steam discussion and the forums, is it seems to be some sort of semi-Newtonian physics thing. That is a lot of fighters. And judging from some of the people on whoops, that's not what I wanted. Judging by reading some of the discussions, it looks like it's actually a lot of fun. So I look forward to trying that out once the beta goes public. And for some reason, this beta is going to be behind the. It's going to be kept private for a while. Whoops. Come on, dock. And they're going to spend a bit longer working on the beta this time. So we may have a bit more. So I expect. Whoa, that's a lot of. Oh, that was cool.
Say what you have to say.
Okay, what was that small talk? Why can Terrence be so easily confused? Let's see what this guy has to say.
Pilot, is there anything I can offer you?
I see you're having reservations about the
Oh, okay, it's just
Frontier.
this.
Sure, it's just that I know nothing about them.
Goodbye.
Take care.
Yeah, I thought he had just said it was a new small talk that I had encountered before. Every now and then one of those will pop up, or one that I haven't seen in such a long time. Okay, and off we go to, there's a lot of fighters in this area. So that's basically the big parts of the beta. There's like I said, a whole bunch of fixes like, uh, and of course, performance and memory optimizations, fixing memory leaks, fixing causes of crashes, and fixing things not working the way they're supposed to. But that's that. And let's talk about what I've been doing off camera, because I took a bit of a break to play The Witcher 2, but now The Witcher 3, but now I'm back. As you can see, I've got a whole bunch of stuff here. I've finished this hardware supplier, and with it has two trade ships, two miners, and the construction ship's stuck there, and an escort destroyer, and it's been making me fairly steady profits. I am at currently 32 million. At one point, I was at 80 million before at, I started buying up that high tech fab, but I'll get to that in a minute. And then I bought, and there seemed and the hardware supplier was having a hard time getting ion and plasma cells, so I just built a cell mega fab and just slaved it to the hardware supplier. It can only sell its ion and plasma cells to the hardware supplier. And so that's that. And then my other project I've been working on is there's a shortage of scanning arrays in the universe, so I'm seeking to address that. Let's head through. There. I'll just show you what I've been working on there then. As you can see, I have set up in fatal fields of opportunity in a sector I claimed, which I called New Opportunities to keep in style with the Talati's names. Somewhat to keep it somewhat in convention with the Talati naming system. And what I've got there is I've got it set up the high-tech fab, and it's in construction right now. It has one architect aboard. Didn't I get it? Defense officer? I'll find it. Actually, I'll have to go back and check. Thought I hired a defense officer for it. It doesn't matter. It's so far been unattacked. Oh, and we're under fire. There. And I've also went and captured two of the Talati merchant destroyers. Um, they're Phoenixes with a full multi-wear cargo storage, so I've got them going around buying me goods. And eventually they're going to be slave to the hardware suppliers and stuff to provide mineral resources. I'm going to be using them for mining vessels. Um, and I'm hopefully, I think I checked, and I think there's enough build spots in there. I can build most of my production chain in that one zone. And if things work out correctly, I'll only have one station in a different zone. And I'm planning to test the limits of the interstation cargo transfer using cargo drones. And hopefully that ends up working out. And right now they're just flying around buying me fusion reactors. Speaking of which, I just need to bring up my spreadsheet. There. Okay, perfect. Oops, did not want to do that. Reinforced metal plating, because that still needs to be bought. I've only got 1,100 saved up. That's a start, though. So. Oh, you can only store that many? Oh well. You grab the rest. And now we're going to go drop that off. Get. Perfect. And so, and like I said, I think I got my notebook right here. I'll just tell you what my plan is: to build 4 stations, and that should provide me all the goods I need. I plan on building a high-tech fab. Well, the high-tech fab's already built. I just plan on fully expanding it. Then I plan on adding a metal frames fab, which produces silicon wafers and refined metals, which are needed to produce microchips, which are needed to produce scanning arrays. I also plan on adding a tech lab for chemical compounds, and then a cell fab. And apparently I need cut crystals, so I'm either going to at first I'm going to import, for a while I'm going to import them, and then eventually I'm going to build, in a different zone, I'm going to build a facility to produce cut crystals, and that will then complete that production chain, and everything I need will be in Talati space, and I'll be able to supply scanning arrays. And now we're off the DeVries. Perfect. Executing trade. I'm just monitoring all my ships. I accidentally over-purchased fusion reactors for this trade, so I've got a few extra, but that will go to continuing on the construction of the high-tech fab, and it'll save me a little bit of time when setting up for the next module expansion. Or I think it's getting to the point where I need to add a construction ship. I think it's to the point where I need to get a new construction ship to add on a facility, because, let's see, what do I need so far? I have a chip fab right now, so I need chemical compounds, refined metals, and silicon wafers. So I think my first edition is going to be the metal tech fab. I think that's what it was called. Did I miss my stop? Um, almost dead, but that's an easy fix. And, oh yeah, that's something they need to work on. They need to make it so the NPCs replace construction ships as well. Because there's a whole bunch of unfinished construction projects and deliveries that I'd be willing to help out with once I got my trading empire going. So once I get the scanning array mod stuff going for Talati, whoops, overshot. Don't shoot me, don't shoot me, don't shoot me. Ah, they shot me. Oh well, I'm through. Once I finish up this chain of stations for the Talati, I plan on expanding into DeVries and rebuilding DeVries, providing them all the high-tech goods and supplying it to their shipyard. I even have a plan. I know before earlier I clustered all my stations in Glaring Truth and stuff. I plan on stretching them about a bit more. I had like one in Torrid Vale, one in Heartache, well, one in Torrid Vale, one in Unmet Promise, and then another down in Bleak Pebble in Crimson Rock, and then maybe sectors 3, 4, just to spread my that way my eggs aren't all back, and that way let me finish this out. And that way my stations also act as anti-fighter support, because right now with the hardcore mode, like as we're gonna see in a few minutes, there's a second zone up ahead that is absolutely littered with fighter craft. It's continuously littered with Reaver fighter craft. And if I plop a station down there, put a destroyer, there's one squadron of fighters over there, as you can, and that way I can act as a defense module, and that way I can secure to freeze a bit more, and I don't have to use big capital ships to trade. I can start using Gigurums, which is what I'm currently using actually. I've also got my URV forge, this integrative URV forge. I've actually given it a Gigurum container, and it's actually been selling drones to the DeVries shipyard when it starts getting low. So actually, it's been profit. It's actually making me a fair bit as well, and I plan on using that. Of course, using that URV forge to supply the rest of my trading empire with drones. Well, at least the DeVries empire. The rest of the stations have been supplying themselves with drones from the local economies. Okay, so this sector's not too bad, just the 2 fighters. But that sector just there, I usually see at least 3 or 4, maybe even 6 fighter squadrons there, just hammering away at that station, and I'd like to secure that, which is going to be my end goal. With the DeVries build up, but right now I'm focusing on whoops, wrong button. Right now my focus is on Talati Space, because I checked their shipyard, and the only thing they really need here, where is it? There it is. The only thing they really need here, as you can see, they're producing fairly steadily, except, uh-oh. I should just do it like this, actually. Run away. There we go. There. And the only thing they really need, like I was saying, let's bring that back up. Fields of Opportunity, Serpentine Haze, Verdant Profit. When we bring up the details for their production line, as you can see, they have pretty much everything they need, except scanning arrays. So I plan on providing them with scanning arrays, and as a bonus, I'll also be selling microchips to them, so they won't have to go as far for microchips. And I think, do they need bio-optic wiring anymore? Yep, they also need bio-optic wiring, so I'll be able to sell everything all the high-end goods the high-tech fab produces. I'll be able to sell them all. So it's well, I can't sell them yet because it's fully stocked, but once production gets going on the Talati Overwatch station and it begins cranking out ships and fighters, then I'll be able to supply it regularly with high-end goods. At least microchips, bio-optic wiring, and scanning arrays. And the advantage of also producing the scanning arrays is if I have a surplus, I can always export it to other systems. Although it is there's a huge demand for scanning arrays, so I doubt I'm going to need to sell them manually. The universe traders will probably deal with it themselves. Man, this mission's getting. I think the Operation Forge Guard. I think it's the only mission chain so far, which requires you to transport passengers between systems. Normally, it's just in between zones or sectors. What is that? The Gigarum? I can't target it. There we go. Yeah, you see? There it is. It's on its way somewhere, presumably to Darn Hot Air. We're about to find out, though. Oh, we're gaining on it?
Entering darned hot
Yep.
air autopilot.
I think she's trying to leave the highway. Oh, no, she's just leaving. She must be off to buy food rations, because I don't mind that it goes every now and then. It does this tiny little load because it keeps it busy, but I wish it just focused on selling to the shipyard.
This is the audience staff.
You actually did it.
There, and that's our first part of Operation Forge Guard complete.
It is an honor to welcome you aboard.
There. Now let's head back to Omicron Luray.
Autopilot engaged.
Hey, the Argonne government likes us a little bit more. Let's. Oh, okay. Oh, have you not sold your stuff yet? Okay, you're just trading there. I have set those phoenixes set to automatically refill, so I don't have to worry about them. I should check to see how the Mega Cell Fab is doing.
You call the shots, right?
How's construction going?
Up here.
Oh, and I have been. The Mega Cell Fab does sell antimatter cells, which I don't need, so I just produce them to make them for the station to make a bit more money rather than me having to worry about the other thing. And I guess I'll extend that off camera because that takes a while, and I know I'm going to make mistakes in transferring wares back and forth. But that's pretty much what I've been up to, and like I said, I talked about the beta. And so we're seeing apparently I'm hoping Egosoft has something big in the books, whether it's a new game or a full DLC. And hopefully they'll talk about it soon. Because they've been talking there's a behind the scene in the official forums, on the Egosoft forums, there's a behind the scenes thread, and one of the devs that regularly frequents that talking about that, apparently there's a whole bunch of stuff they've got in the works that they're and they're not saying what it's for, whether it's for an expansion pack to Rebirth or if it's for the next game. So hopefully they get to announce that soon, because I'm getting excited, especially the advent of the semi-Newtonian physics that apparently it's being introduced with the next patch. Yeah, because I try to find the flight assist feature in the options here. Let's just go through it, see if I missed it. It'd be under game settings, auto rolls off, aim assist is on because I suck at flying. Legacy main menu, show control mode messages off, controls in space, that's not it. Actually, no, apparently it's a toggle switch, so might be here. Flight assist, mouse steering, nope. Weapons, nope. Menus, options, camera, surface radar mode, toggle autopilot, pause, screenshot, container magnet, command line, nope, toggle cockpit, shift number pad, interesting. Platforms, it won't be there. No. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's in yet. There. So off we go back to talk to Leo Fortune. Actually, but that's gonna have to wait because we did one mission. We talked a whole bunch of what's up. And This is not gonna be once again go back to the thing where where we do this once a week, so I can actually show you some progress between episodes. And hopefully by the next episode we'll have another station or two added to Fields of Opportunity. But in that case, I will see you guys in the next episode. It I'm excited for the future, and I have been quite enjoying this game. I've logged over 800 hours in it, which is surprising for how long it's been out. I think it's only yeah, it came out in 2013, so only 2 years, which isn't bad. It took me 5 years to get 2,000 hours. It took me 5 years to get 2,000 hours in Terran Conflict or something like that. Anyways, I'm going to see you guys in the next episode. Bye.